Praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Prayer, what a subject, huh? I've had this subject on my mind ever since pastors had people talk about it. And I'm guilty not praying like I should. Prayer is so important for our lives.
Right.
We can't express enough in our walk with Jesus. We need to apply that to our walk with God every day that we're in. That's where prayer comes in.
Well,
We need to take time in our day in prayer. That's where the communication comes from.
that's right.
We gotta have that communication with God.
Yeah.
I looked in Webster's dictionary. It says, words of worship or entreaty to God, things prayed for. Matthew 21:22 says, in all things, whatsoever he shall ask in prayer, believing he shall receive.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Whatever we ask for in prayer, we shall receive. Have faith in what we're praying for, that is. Every time when I was mowing a lawn for someone in this past summer, I'll be praying and talking to Jesus while I was riding on the mower. Thanking Jesus that I have this lawn to mow.
Yes. Hallelujah. Bless you, Lord.
It was such a blessing all summer.
Bless you.
I talked to the pastor occasionally about, my wallet would be almost empty. A phone call would come in.
Yes.
Probably.
How much would you charge me to mow my lawn?
Hallelujah.
Right.
Bless you.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Praise
Well, praise you, Lord.
Thank you,
Praise
Jesus.
you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Bless you.
I know when I had gotten away from the Lord
Bless you.
and did worldly things, but I always had this church in the back of my mind. I always wanted to come back. I told God that if He would make me sick of just smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, I gave it up just like that. People said, how'd you quit smoking? I said, well, I just told God one day, just make me sick. Now I can't even be around cigarettes at all. It just make me clog right up.
Praise you.
Right.
Acts 6:4, well, we will give ourselves continually to prayer and to the ministry of the word. There's people that come here 4 days a week to pray for a half hour so we can see great things that come from God.
Yes.
But if there is no prayer, then we will not see a thing from God.
Right.
We need to give ourselves to God in prayer. We always seem too busy, wrapped up in things that we say that we don't have time to come down to pray.
Hallelujah.
Just saying that we're too busy for God, but we don't hear that God is too busy for us.
Hallelujah.
What would we say to that if God said, well, I'm too busy for you?
Praise you, Jesus.
What would we think?
Praise you, Lord.
Acts 12:5. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing in the church unto God for him.
Yes. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Prayer without ceasing
Oh, God.
of the church.
Oh, God.
We need to pray and have faith that we can see God move.
Yes.
We want to feel God closer to Him.
Yes. 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 Yes.
We just need a better relationship to God if we just pray.
Yes.
When David said James 5:15 and 16, I had the same thing. And prayer of faith shall save the sick, and the Lord shall raise him up.
Yes.
If he hath committed sins, they shall be forgiven him. In verse 16, confess your faults one to another, and pray for one another, that he may be healed.
Praise
The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man
Yes.
availeth much.
Yes.
Pray for the sick,
Well,
so they may be healed.
yes.
We need to confess our faults one to another and pray for one another. I know it's hard to confess our faults to one another, but we should confess our faults to God and pray.
Yes.
Pray for encouragement so we can go to that person and confess them to one another.
Praise you, oh, God.
Prayer.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I just thought of this probably a little quote for myself, but I thought it was kind of neat. It was rolling around in my head. Prayer. It comes from more than just on your knees. It needs to come from your heart.
Right.
Yes.
Thought came to mind when Tony was that sung that song about Mama prayed, haven't paid attention. My thought was when my father had prayed, heaven must have paid attention.
Right.
Because it wasn't for his prayers and tell me that he wanted to see me back in church, I wouldn't be here today.
Right.
Praise you.
Prayer. It's the most important tool that we could ever use to talk to God and get the answers from Him.
Hallelujah.
We need to use this tool every day in our daily walk with Him,
Hallelujah.
even for His help.
Praise you, Lord.
We need to pray for for this town so we can draw people in this church
Yes.
so they may know the truth.
Yes. Hallelujah. Praise God.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Praise